Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another episode of the Creative Hustle Show. I have an amazing guest with me in house today. Ladies and gentlemen, meet HeZza FeZza. HeZza FeZza, what does that mean exactly?
HeZza FeZza, it's a vibe. It's supposed to make you laugh when you hear it. You know, like, what is that? Little tickle to the tongue, rhythmic, riddle, and it perks you up and it's memorable. HeZza FeZza.
HeZza FeZza. I like that it has a nice ring to it.
Mm-hmm.
So, HeZza, tell me about your journey from being born and raised in Seattle, moving to Europe and back here to the Pacific Northwest. How has that been for you?
It's ongoing because I'm here now,
Mm-hmm.
but because I know that I have been nomadic and changed locations all my life, that the perspective is also with what's next. But there's a beautiful happening of rooting self in now in this time and place, and going back and forth really defined who I am as a person.
Okay.
Feeling at home, feeling as an outsider. Where do I belong? And with that sense of belonging, I think it deepened into something that is more of a feeling of who are we, how do we move as people, and not just superficial things. Because when you realize that, you know, being born in Seattle, living abroad,
It's like a world of change.
it's a world of change. It's a world of change. You get thrown off. You become kind of an ambassador of where you came from.
Absolutely.
You know,
And then you're trying to figure out the new vibes in the new place too.
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
So was it like a big culture shock? What was the weirdest thing that you found out about Europe compared to here?
There's, like as a kid when you're there, like I think children are so fluid and open, and I just remember being in a place where I could not understand everything, but still people are speaking directly to you as if you do understand.
Okay.
And I remember over time words slowly popping up and things coming more into sharper, audible, mental vision.
So that's how you learned. You actually had to learn German?
Yeah, through immersion, just by being there, being surrounded by other children.
Oh, instead of taking a class, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So how many languages do you know?
Well, I actually learned French as a child, going to like a French daycare, and then
Interesting.
And then moving to Germany. The intention was for us to be immersed and learn languages. My father speaks many languages, and he wanted that for us. And I'm so proud of my mom, who ended up speaking German way better than my dad, because she actually had a community around her.
Oh, so she got to talk. Well,
yeah, my dad was traveling around, and like my mom, she got the jokes. She got the inside little colloquial terms and everything.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So shout out to my mom for doing
shout
her
out
thing.
to mom.
Yeah,
I love that. So how do you incorporate, I'm assuming obviously that influenced a lot of like your creative style, as well as being here up in the Pacific Northwest. How do you infuse those two very different cultures into your music, if at all? Okay.
I think that the culture thing is interesting because culture can be so culture can be a family, right? Culture can be a town. It can be a group of friends. How you move and groove together.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I believe that having the experience of needing to be a chameleon to survive and like make yourself feel comfortable and blend in. You learn that culture is something that is learned and is adaptable. And you receive it. It's gifted to you by someone's love poured into you. And so that's how I receive culture, and that's how I like to continue to evolve culture. So continuing the culture story of returning back to Seattle, feeling like I was, coming back as the American to America. It actually wasn't the case. I realized that the identity I had claimed abroad wasn't actually fully mine to claim. And so I feel that's a blessing in terms of learning about self and relating to others who have also, in their own ways, had to adapt and make their way in different places.
That's interesting. And I totally identify with that too, being an immigrant, you know, coming from Africa, coming here, the whole culture shock, and then you're like, eventually things start making sense. But there's always going to be a little bit of you that just like, you blend in, but like, there's still a little bit of you that's just like not fully incorporated into it. Yeah. Which I feel as an artist makes for great music, right?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much for bringing it back to the music. You know, like I was, feeling, wow, I don't know how to describe what I do, but I was also excited to do this interview with you because it brings the questions from others, brings one out of oneself, helps you to understand yourself by speaking out loud, even though it can be scary. Suddenly, like you're faced with like how it is that you see yourself, and then when it's put on the table, then like you can critically think about it and together look at it like, hey, but I also was noticing that.
Put it into words.
Yeah, you put it into words.
But this interview has been a long time coming though. Like it took us forever to get here. So I'm so glad that we finally can sit down and talk about all the amazing work that you've been doing as a musician. A multi-talented artist actually, because I mean, you done movies, music, but let's start with the music.
Back to the music, let's go.
Yeah, tell me about I know your one album, the Nomadic Nebula. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that? Like kind of what the themes are around that, what inspired it, what was your process around that?
Yes, and you started asking me about what the name of HeZza FeZza is and what that means. And it's a sacred thing to name something.
Absolutely.
And it gives it a course of action, a course of interfacing with the world. And Nomadic Nebula was the first name that I gave myself. Oh, in a way. And I was, as a child, a budding person coming into, feeling their own self.
Discovery.
Starting as a teenager, making your just distinguishing yourself from your parents, and like this is me, but also sensing like there's this thing of nomadicism, exploration, and Nebula had just such a ring to it and connected me to something greater. Yeah, But what I found out later, and what I love, and being a grown person, a grown womb person.
Oh yeah. I love how you put that.
Yeah. Nebula is a place where stars are born. And I'm like a cosmic mother, bringing creative projects into this world, also through collaborations. And music is a very collaborative process within oneself, with spirit, but also with others.
That rings very true. And speaking of collaborations, I noticed you have worked with like a lot of different artists on your projects. Do you want to share about like maybe one specific collaboration that just pops up at you right now, and like tell me how that was, and why you choose to collaborate as opposed to just doing your own thing?
I think, thank you for that, because the way you framed that helps me to know that the best collaborations are with those people who are really have done the work inside of themselves to know themselves, so that when they come into that partnership, that collaborative moment, like they have a strong hold,
absolutely,
and groundedness in who they are.
Yes.
But you have an open heart, and a respect and a curiosity to find something new. You create that third thing together, and it's very exciting.
Absolutely.
And so shout out Nomadic Nebula.
Oh yeah.
That was recorded right before the pandemic hit.
Where did you record that?
We recorded it in Seattle. Here,
okay.
At MRX Studios.
Sodo
area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a storied place. We recorded it to tape with Eric Blood, who I'm shouting out as a collaborator right now.
Eric Blood.
Yes.
Shout out. All right. So tell me more about the actual song that you did with Eric.
We did 12 songs together. I had written on piano.
You wrote all of them?
Yeah. I wrote all the songs. And then we recorded them within 5 days. And, that was like, we wanted to capture lightning in a bottle, capture it live, and then see we needed to add it later. But we were so prepared as who we are as people in our, in our gifts and our skills, that it was such a magical lightning capturing time.
It's like a lightning bolt.
Yeah,
oh yeah. I love it.
Like, for example, the song Life's Mystery, we did that in one take. And it was like, I think on the third day, we were in the swing of things. I was recording voice and piano at the same time with a live drummer, 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒.
Alex 𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒?
𝐓𝐇𝐈𝐒, yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Also very talented drummer.
He's a drummer.
Great
Nice.
person.
So he's live in studio, you're there,
Mm-hmm.
you're hitting your music, and
yes, we're setting the tone here because, we're getting to the swing of things. I always have my candles, flowers, we all have our rituals, I think, going into what we need, you got your drink, you got your coffee.
So what's your secret ritual? What got you through the song in one take?
Deep presence and excitement.
Okay.
And like just being on the edge of my seat, like knowing this is the moment. There was so much energy built up towards that moment, and it was a release. It was a huge release. That was, we went off. We went into the far cosmos, like all around, like woo! It was wild. Like we improvised and hit these incredibly high notes, and just afterwards, I remember Blood being like, "Okay, come listen to this."
When it was done,
and we went back and listened to it,
and how was that?
It was breathtaking.
Wow.
It was magic. That's what we do music for.
What does the song talk about?
Life's mystery.
Life's mystery.
Yeah.
I love that. Wow. So this actually, it's interesting how you say that you were actually live recording, playing the piano, all of that. How many instruments can you play, and how much of that do you put into your music? Like, you want to elaborate on that side of you?
Yes. I have my main instrument, which is my body, my voice. That's what I walk with. It's always with me. And this body voice plays on different matter, strings, resonating bodies. And I think that there's much that I can grow within in terms of the discipline of playing regularly every day. It's something I'm striving for. But I play the piano, and I'm learning the pandeiro, which I got from my friend in Berlin, who's Brazilian.
Oh, it's a Brazilian instrument, pandeiro?
Pandeiro, yeah.
Okay.
My friend Shante gave me a djembe. I have a guitar in
the house. Oh, you have a djembe?
I have a cello too. These are all there, ready to hold and practice on.
So you're practicing on the activate while you're creating your next projects and stuff.
The opportunity to pull them off the wall is always there. Let's say it like that. And there's
Hello, HeZza.
Hey, Sibo.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I am so glad you came out to the Creative Hustle show. Ladies and gentlemen, HeZza FeZza. You look fabulous.
Thank you, Sibo.
Right. Do you want to tell me a little bit about your outfit?
I would love to tell you about this special fit because I'm wearing love. I'm wearing love.
Okay.
I'm wearing Mo Love. This dress was made by Mo Love.
Yes.
Especially for today.
Wow, for this interview, I'm honored. Thank you.
Yes. Coming correct for the 𝐂𝐎𝐒, the Creative Hustle show.
Wow.
And I'm wearing these. Remember when we met, Sibo?
Yes.
I was wearing copper clips.
These cute little crocodile clips in your hair. Tell me about this. Is this copper?
It's copper.
Oh yeah, it does look like copper.
I love how you call them crocodiles. They do snap like a crocodile mouth. And you noticed the copper clips, and I was telling you about how I relate to copper because my grandparents grew up in Butte, Montana, and there's copper mines there, and they were in copper mining. They said, you have a friend who does copper.
Absolutely.
And now I'm wearing a Brahma.
Oh my goodness! So you went and found him and got us done?
Yes, at Black Wall Street, I found him.
Oh wow! Shout out Ibrahima! Thank you for making this. Yeah, because I remember I had mine on the day when we met and stuff. Did you make this too?
This is also copper. This is the goddess string that my previous partner and now friend Boss Cools designed for me. But it's the goddess of 𝐕𝐈𝐃𝐄𝐒.
Okay.
This is a place. This is a talisman woman from ancestral lands near Yugoslavia, where some of my ancestors are from.
Wow.
And this vest is a
rich culture.
antique from India.
From India? Girl, tell me about the hat.
The hat?
Yes.
My dad bought this fez back knowing I love fezzes from his travels.
Oh, beautiful. I met your dad at the movie premiere the other day in Jamal, right? And the earrings?
I made these earrings.
Oh, wow. Fun fact, HeZza makes jewelry. Do you actually have a lot that you've made?
They're very custom pieces.
Always custom pieces.
One-offs.
What did you use? That is beautiful.
I made these a long time ago. It's like chains and bangles, fashioned together. I think this is amethyst in the middle, but I'll have to get back to you on that.
On the stone? Yeah.
There's actually one more piece that I would like to mention. This is a Tiger's Eye. My friend Misa, who is a healer and a priestess, was at my show.
Misa.
My release party for Nomadic Nebula.
Nebula, okay.
And she bound us all together with everyone that was there and participating in that release show at the Seattle Drum School.
Beautiful.
On 2/22/2022. And I like to wear this energy because it's such a family affair that happened together.
That is beautiful.
Yes.
Wow, I love that you wore this really meaningful costume to our show. And it just, I feel like it really represents, you know, who you are as an artist, little pieces of everyone you love, little pieces of the places you've been in the world, and some of your own art on your ears. That is beautiful.
Thank you, Sibo.
Thank you, HeZza. Let's get into the show. So, like, getting into the fusion of all these different instruments, all of the, you know, what then is your genre of music? Do you have a specific genre, or is it like a fusion of different styles? What genre do you identify your music as?
It's hard for me to define that, but it has been called an avant-garde soul pop.
I like that.
Experimental.
Okay.
Eclectic. Yeah.
I love it. Because you have traveled globally. I mean, I know you've been talking about having different instruments from different parts of the world, right? And obviously that has impacted you as a creative. How have you brought that into your acting? Because that's one area I'm really trying to delve into as well, is learn how, you know, your worldview has impacted you to be a multi-talented artist. And do you bring all of those pieces into your, because you said in your music you do, did you bring that into your acting?
I think it comes back to that deep presence and really deeply listening to, and to carry memory, to really feel things when they happen.
Okay.
Once you've really felt something, our body remembers. Our body stores all.
It does.
All, you know, ancestors' DNA. It's all in us, and so to tap into that is, I think, how acting can be deeply relatable to others as well, when it's recognized that they're tapping into the deep place that then like resonates in whoever is taking that in at that moment.
That is profound.
Yeah.
So could you share a little bit more? I know you were in a movie and it premiered on Seattle International Film Festival a couple of weeks ago.
Yes.
We got to watch that. I got to come and watch that live actually on the big screen. How did you end up in that project, and do you want to share a little bit more about that?
I'd love to. Yes, it was a fresh memory. It's still a wave that we're riding.
I know, right?
It's still in that season, you know, of celebration. And the screening, the premiere happened at the Egyptian Theater.
Yes.
And there was a whole line wrapped around the wall coming up to it, and
so it was a full house. Yeah,
it's a full house, a celebration of the Pacific Northwest. Seattle curated the best short films, and the director Stephen Gray of Last Dawn of the Sixth, he called me into the role. It was really like I was able to jump in without much preparation, which there can be a lot of beauty to that, because like you don't overthink it.
Absolutely.
Really. And the way that it was put together was, I mean, everybody was fully on board with it. It was amazing to be part of like such a professional, like skilled cast, like with the sound people, with the lighting. Costume. I mean, I did style myself, but like I had support.
You styled yourself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
And what else can I say about the experience? That, you know, we did it a couple seasons ago, and I learned that it takes time for these things to marinate
Right.
and get all the
get it out there.
the sound and the things behind the post production takes a
Right.
while.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
choosing the right moment to launch it, and it felt really good to launch it in Seattle, and I got to act alongside Ishmael Butler.
Oh yeah.
He's
a musician, right?
He's a musician. He's an actor. He is he's one of those great creative minds that has really forged an incredible path that people beyond Seattle look at, but in particular in my world, people I think are inspired by his multifacetedness and discipline. And he was actually on tour at that time in Europe.
Oh, during the movie, yeah, because I didn't see him. Okay, so he was on a tour at that time
for his band Shabazz Palaces. Yeah,
okay.
Which is how I got to know Stephen Gray, because he directs movies for music videos for Shabazz Palaces.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's really great then that you have this circle of people and the interconnectedness of the whole crew. You guys made something beautiful. How did it feel seeing yourself on the big screen, like for the first time?
It was amazing. I was sitting in the back of the theater with surrounded by my friends who had come through. It was we were 20 people deep. We were mobbing in there, and it felt
to support.
Amazing. Yeah.
And you were wearing this gorgeous, gorgeous outfit. I remember I was like, this is popping on your skin tone. I'm gonna have to put a photo of this on the for you guys to see. But she was looking amazing, just so you know. Yeah. Who made that? Tell me the story about that outfit.
Okay, so that's all to the tribute of showing up and being open.
Yeah.
And because literally 2 days before, was it 2 days before? Something like that. Like the Tuesday. Yeah, it was literally 2 days before.
2 days before the premiere?
Yeah, 2 days before the premiere. I went to Entrepreneurs, an event at Black Dot Union that Afrisha and Mujali put on. And we introduced ourselves, and in the post the little circle going around and stuff. Yeah. I met to my left sitting there was Oscar of Mo Love. Asked me what else we got into what was coming up this week. Yeah. Yes. And I said,
should get him on the show.
But you should carry on. Definitely get this guy on the show.
Okay.
He asked me what I was wearing to the premiere, and I said, "Oh, good question. I don't know yet. Well, I think I can help you with that."
Ooh,
and I set my measurements. We did
just text them to him.
Yes.
Okay.
And we did a fitting, and he sent me the design, and I was like, "Wow, this is incredible!"
In 2 days.
And he sewed it.
Wow.
And I was red carpet ready.
That was
feeling majestic, and the story behind it. I want to let Oscar tell his side of it, but just the experience of feeling seen and just dressed fully in respect to the moment, in celebration to the moment, in this Arabian cashmere that flowed and was fitting and just moved all in the right ways.
I thought that was really flattering for your skin tone too. And I'm like, this person, whoever they are, they really have an eye because they really picked out your skin tone and everything.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've never been able to be oh yeah, that's the color where your skin tone pops off. That was nice to find that. It's a nice
it was a good mix. Okay, so I'm gonna have to get Oscar on this show because that was amazing. It was so beautiful.
Yeah, there are a lot of cool things coming up, definitely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So do you have something in the works? What have you got? Actually, no, before that, let me see some of your work. What have you done? What kind of shows have you done? Have you performed locally, internationally? Where have you been so far?
Whenever I make a trip, I want to definitely have a music component to it. Otherwise, I'm not feeling like I'm fully expressed or fully satisfied with the energy output of it. So yeah, if it just means busking on the street, I'll do that, you know, but also to set up a show, those are amazing challenges to set up shows abroad. Next year, I do want to have, a bigger tour in place, but there's definitely some shows. I brought some visuals.
What you've done so far?
My winter solstice show celebrating Nomadic
Nebula. Okay. Beautiful. This was a winter solstice show.
Winter solstice show. Yeah, I like to mark these natural occurrences, universal moments that we can all relate to, that are that bring us, that connect us all together.
And just harness that energy into your creative space, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Winter solstice is the shortest day of the year, longest night, in the northern hemisphere.
Yeah.
And it's really about going within, finding, that light source within the dark and coming together with your people, with your family, just celebrating.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow. What is next? Are you working on a new project? Are you you want to share a little bit more about what you have upcoming?
Yeah, I have this Saturday. I'll be at I'll be playing music at the Open Art Studios in Magnuson Park. It's a place where I like to work and collaborate and do some fun stuff there.
Open Art Studios, Magnuson Park. Okay, I'm gonna share more of that too on the timings and stuff.
Yeah. And then I have this project that I'm working on. Just an example here. With my friend Asira. She's been doing illustrations. This is a work in progress. We're doing an illustrated book of Nomadic Nebula.
Okay.
And she put, based off of the sketches that I originally made, that I designed a music video idea with different adornments and gems and fashions.
Okay.
She's
and
making her own
interpretation
of it. With her skills, and she's incredible. Look at her.
I mean, this is gorgeous.
Yes.
The details. I love how you actually bring this. So this is like your creative process when you're doing visuals, as you come up with some concept, draw it on paper, actually physically draw it on paper.
Yeah, I draw it. I found that when you draw something, when I draw something, it's like a magical spell. It comes to life.
Oh, okay. So you're bringing it into life on paper, and then it manifests into the physical.
Yeah, and I recommend that for anybody to go through that process of visualizing. If it's not on paper, then close your eyes, visualize, feel it, and as now dear friend Yakui coached me on to feel it, and then allow it to happen.
Oh wow! Feel it and then allow it to happen.
Feel how you want it to be, feel how you imagine it, and then relax and allow it to happen.
I love that, because I was actually going to ask you what's the best advice you've ever received as an artist, and I guess this takes it.
This is the most recent best advice I have received. Beautiful. Yes.
But what would you tell somebody that's watching who maybe feels like they're called to be a creative, they have something inside of them they want to share with the world? What kind of advice would you give them?
They have something they want to share with the world. I would say to know that it's okay, that maybe that hardest part will be brave enough to put it out.
Okay.
Because the making of it as an artist will come naturally to you. But then gather your support, love on yourself to the point where you can feel comfortable and courageous enough to put it out. And when you do, celebrate it.
And then celebrate it. That's a critical part.
Yeah, keep moving. Keep moving with life, and collect your memories, capture your memories.
Collect the memories.
Yeah.
We're collecting this memory. I am so glad to hear that. And I really love what you do, HeZza. I love that, when I met you, it was actually at a 𝐂𝐐E event.
It was at a 𝐂𝐒 event.
And just, your whole spirit, your aura was just this person that's magical. So I'm so glad that I managed to get you to sit on this couch and share a little bit about your story.
Yes.
And I really hope that sometime we can actually get you to perform at one of the 𝐂𝐒 shows, because we're all about promoting creatives in different spaces around Washington State, and we love to have different talents. We love to bring our musicians in, our artists, like actual pencil artists, fashion designers, and all of that. We love to bring that into the melting pot that is 𝐂𝐒. So
yeah, I loved how it was received by both you and Denis.
Denis Dubai. Shout out
Denis Dubai.
Shout out Denis Dubai. General Matombo when he's doing his comedy, but
just the humor and just open.
Was that night when he did the comedy, right?
He did the comedy, but you as the MC were also you were both you were vibing. You had just good balance, just holding the space for everybody, and I felt like it was a really warm event. I love the diversity of the showcase. All the artists were incredible.
That's our main thing, is keep it diverse, capture everyone from all over, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today, HeZza.
Thank you.
Is there anything people don't know about you that maybe you want to share?
I mean, there's so much that you don't know about me. That's
one
true.
random fact that's like, okay, people can be like, oh, we know this about HeZza now. It could be your favorite restaurant. You're a Seattle native, so you probably know all the secret spots.
Ooh, well, Pam's Kitchen is a favorite restaurant.
Pam.
And another random thing.
Gold Coast girl, Pam?
Oh,
because she knows how to cook.
Gold Coast Gal is amazing as well. A different place.
Oh, Pam's Kitchen.
And then there's Pam's Kitchen. Let's shout out both of those places because we can share the love with everybody. Yes.
Okay, so are you like firstborn, middle child, lastborn?
On this timeline, I came to my mom's portal first.
Okay.
My 3 sisters. Magical 3 sisters.
So you get seniority in the family. Any of your siblings
not my sisters not allow that, but yes.
Well, you don't get to be the deputy parent and get seniority.
That's facts. That's true.
Any of your family members into any of the creative arts?
My sister is a creative scientist, thinker. She's at MIT right now.
Okay.
Holly, that's Holly. Laura is in Germany. She's focused on linguistics and she loves to cook.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you go to a football match or a soccer match?
Ooh. I would go to football, but Americans might think it's soccer.
Americans cannot figure that part out, right? We'll talk about that later. What is your go-to restaurant? If you're taking a new person that's never been in Seattle and only get one place to eat.
We'll go to Pam's.
Pam's, okay, love that. And what is your go-to color if you had to wear one color for the rest of your life?
That might be that chocolate brown that we
brown,
discovered through more love. Okay.
I have to have this more love person on this show. Do you ice cream or yogurt?
Make it sorbet.
Sorbet, okay.
Make it coconut something beautiful. Yeah.
I love it. Okay. Would you go to a concert or rather go to the movies?
I love an interactive show. Make it be outside in the park, free, so people can come in and flow. Have there be projections on the wall. Yeah, people can grab the mic. But there's an openness.
Like
there's a rehearsal. It could be. Let's riff on it. Let's go. Let's have a collaboration here.
Microphone,
fashion show,
comedy. Girl, that's
all ages, intergenerational. Just people cook out, lay out.
Oh, cook out. It's summer.
Yes.
DubaiDenis, if you're watching this, please. The show layout.
Pick the blackberries off the bush. Put them on your sorbet.
I love it off the sorbet. Love that. Thank you so much, HeZza. It's been such an awesome time having you on the show, and yeah, we look forward to seeing you in the next couple of things, next couple of projects. Obviously, you said this one is on what day? Is the one on the Open Art Studios one?
It's on June 8th coming up. I love being in these interdisciplinary spaces. So these are open air paintings that are being on display, and I'm going to be providing musical.
You're going to do the music
songs, and I'm presenting kind of newer way that I'm making music. This is solo performance, and I'm bringing in my electronic SP404 Mark II Roland, loop.
Okay.
Sample machine.
That's going to be out on Saturday?
Yes, on Saturday. I'm building off of that so that the next project will be within that more electronic space. Oh, and I want to add, you were asking me off camera before, like, what was like the songwriting process?
Absolutely.
Can I talk just a little bit about that? Because last Sunday I had a beautiful experience with my guy Jassy, and I felt like it just incorporated a nice moment of making sound. Okay. He came to my space, which I built to be a creative space with studio, kitchen's right there. We sat down for tea. Okay. We chopped it up. We started in on the beat. He brought a sample from a Brazilian song. Okay. Cut it into, looped it, added the pandeiro, the djembe, added some things. But then I started cooking because I know we were gonna get hungry. So I had the stove going cooking. He was still cooking on. He was cooking on beat. I was cooking on the stove. Okay. And then what's next? We want to add. And I'm like, let's bring this mic over here. So we brought the mic and leaned it into the pot. Where it's fizzling. Sounds like rain on the track.
Oh,
brought it back. we were
That's
like
an interesting thing to
circling,
admit.
writing our lyrics, humming. We recorded the first moments there, fresh, keep it fresh, keep it in that zone. Everything like the smells, the vibes, the presence of each other. Then we put it on repeat as we sat down to a beautiful meal that was cooked up while we made the song.
You cooked and made a beat and cooked on the beat.
We were cooking in all the dimensions.
I can't wait to hear that one.
Yes, me too.
Wow, we're gonna look out for that for sure. Speaking of, where do we find you? How do we find you online so we can keep an eye on all of this amazing work that you're doing?
Pack it into your conscious memory. HeZza FeZza, HeZzaFeZza.com, at HeZza FeZza, Cash App HeZza FeZza, all the HeZza FeZzas.
Oh, Cash App is HeZza FeZza too. If y'all want to support, because absolutely it's hard to be an artist sometimes. You need a little bit of support from the community. So support your creatives anyhow. If you're going to send them money or just liking their content, sharing their content, that actually goes a long way in getting more eyes on them and getting the algorithm to show more of their stuff. So absolutely. So
thank you.
We're going to get
thank you 𝐂𝐐EH Project, thank you Dubai, and attention is the most valuable currency. So thank you for your attention today, and I appreciate any attention you give us all further and below.
Absolutely.